Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Veda and this is The Simple Budget. Here on my channel I show you simple but effective ways of maintaining a stress-free financial life. If you haven't already, I would love it so much if you would subscribe to my channel. And now let's get into today's video. Well, hello everyone and happy Friday. We made it to the end of the week. And I'm sure many of you have heard by now, the government has reopened, which means that we are no longer living off of our emergency fund, which is lovely. And this was a topic of conversation around here also because I didn't mention it in my budget with me, but that was also sort of intentional. The budget with me is one of my videos that is viewed by a wider audience. It's not just something that like my regulars watch, and I especially like it to be sort of an effective educational tool as opposed to a personal thing, which sounds so silly because when you're discussing your budget for the masses to watch, that's incredibly personal. But in terms of like the day-to-day details of my life, I figure that that's not really so much a video for that. But that's why I didn't mention it in that video in my budget with me, because also, this was the longest running government shutdown of all time, but it was, I think, 6 weeks. So, all in all, living off of our emergency fund for 6 weeks when we have over 4 months, I think, was not as frightening to us. So that's nice. But we're happy to be done with that. And I'm, of course, really petty. And I was like, can I file a lawsuit against these people for my loss of interest in a variety of things? Like our retirement wasn't being contributed to because we weren't receiving pay. And so we lost interest in that. Our emergency fund, since we were living off of it, we were not earning as much interest on that as well. So if any of you as an attorney and you would love to tell me how I can go about suing these losers, I'm actually genuinely curious if it's even a worthwhile endeavor. I just sort of feel like the principle of the thing is this is your job to pass a budget, and you continually, they just keep kicking the can down the road. They keep doing continuing resolutions as opposed to passing legitimate budgets, and it's very frustrating. So anyways, I'm not partly serious because I also I don't have the time or the energy to get involved in a massive lawsuit, but I do wonder what kind of legal grounds do you have when your employer is directly interfering with your ability to earn income, just as a baseline, and then also interfere with your ability to earn interest on the variety of different investments and things that you have. So anyways, I digress. Also as a point of this is not budgeting content, I forgot to mention what nail color I was wearing on Wednesday in Wednesday's video. This is, and I wore this intentionally too, so I was so frustrated that I never mentioned it. So last week I was wearing a color called Lady Marmalade, which was a rich brown burgundy color. And this is called Scorpio. And this is more like a deep black cherry burgundy. They're similar, but they're different. This one definitely comes off more black cherry, and the other one, you can see the brown undertones in it much more. But Lady Marmalade is sold out almost constantly, and Scorpio, at least the last I saw, is always in stock. So if you liked the other color and you were sort of wanting a dupe, this is a really good dupe for it. So I just wanted to kind of highlight that because I know it's super disappointing if you see something that you really like and you have the money for it, you've been saving for it, and then you can't get it. And you're like, well, shoot, what the heck now? So, and if you're new around here, I'm so sorry. Every now and then I talk about my nail polish color, especially in a video like this one where we're talking about expenses anyway. So I did just want to mention that because I really love this color. And also, we are going to a Friendsgiving tomorrow. And I was like, this is a sort of very Thanksgiving-y color anyway, because it's like a really rich black cherry. So yeah, I kind of wanted to duplicate it. I mean, I do have lots of other fall colors that I could have chosen from, but I was just really feeling the like burgundy, black cherry sort of vibes. So that's why I went with it. And also so that I could showcase and highlight that it is sort of a dupe. So anyways, that's that. Hi, if you're new here, welcome. Occasionally we talk about nail polish colors. Today's video is the weekly check-in. I don't have too much to go over with you guys today, and so I did think that we would also take this as an opportunity to show you how I repurpose my cash. I'm trying to do this more often in videos where there aren't a lot of expenses to go over, and so I can show you the multifaceted nature of this process in particular, because I think sometimes this can be confusing for some people. If you're new, it was certainly confusing to me. I was like, how are people doing this? How are they making this happen? So I want to highlight and showcase that for you guys as well. So we're going to go over my expenses for the week. I'm going to unstuff my cash envelopes, and then I'm going to show you how I repurpose that cash for the following week's cash stuffing. So let's jump into it. Oh, do you know what? Oh gosh, I'm knocking that over. I don't think I have my pen with me. This is my budget planner, guys. Actually, we're going to take a little diversion. I have been working so hard on this budget planner. I need to tell you. So I've already had this laid out in an A5 size, which, you know, I really like the layout of it. I only like tweaked a few things here or there, but resizing it to US letter size is so tedious. Like, I was thinking this was going to be like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I'm going to be able to get this done super duper quickly. But I admittedly am sort of fanatical about this and making sure it looks clean and neat and tidy and just everything sort of lines up in the same way. And there are a lot, like, I mean, here, let me pop into not October, November, like all the little lines and boxes and all of these things are customizable, like their location. And so making sure that everything lines up neatly, looks how I want it to look, all of those sorts of things is really, really time consuming, especially because I'm giving a little facelift to all of the different sections of my budget planner. So everything is getting like a little bit of an overhaul, and I'm almost driving myself nuts. I'll sit down and be like, oh, just work on it for like a couple hours this morning. I'll sit down with my coffee, and next thing I know, it's the afternoon. Like, that's what happened to me today. I've literally been working on it since I dropped my kids off from school. I came home, I made my coffee, I sat down in front of the computer, and I was like, oh, I'll just work on this for a little bit. And the next thing I know, it was noon, and I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't even made the bed. I haven't started laundry, like lots of just like little household things that I have to do also. And so I like real quick did that. I made myself something to eat, and then I sat back down to work on it. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't filmed today's video. So it's just been like one of those, like, I'm getting like really sucked in. It's almost done, and I'm super duper proud of it. It's just so time consuming because I keep being really hard on myself. So I'm really hopeful that you guys are going to love it. I'm sure you will. And I'm also considering, I haven't decided on this yet entirely, but I'm also considering seeing if, because I cannot find a printer, I can find lots of printers in the United States. I just can't find somebody who will make the budget planner for me who isn't in China. Everything is made in China, and it is so frustrating. But I do want to see if maybe I can just get like the quarters printed out for you guys so that I can have them readily available. Obviously, I'm still going to offer everything in the printable, like you can print it off yourself. But yeah, I will update on that. But if nothing else, everything is going to be downloadable. Like it'll be a digital download. You can ship it off to be printed somewhere else. Staples will do it, whatever your like printing methods are. You can have it done there, but I think like my eyeballs, are just like burning out of my head right now. So anyways, let me be done chatting really quickly. And also I'm realizing there's my teller's lips. These are getting a facelift too, by the way, which I'm really, really excited about. I haven't changed them since I first launched them like 2 years ago. So, yeah, I'm really excited about that. I mean, it's not super significant, but it's enough, and I'm excited about it. So these will be getting a facelift. And then if I have any left of my original ones, by the time the facelift ones are available, I'm just going to discount them. So anyways, I don't have my pen, so I got to run and grab that. All right. I also remembered to grab my calculator because, as we know, Vita does not math. No, it's not December. Okay, let me pop back here really quickly to, oh gosh, I usually have little paper clips in here, but I haven't moved them from October yet. So I'm super ahead of the game, as you can tell. Yeah, so I am just over here. We just have this little bit of expenses here. And so I'll just kind of chat through everything with you guys as we unstuff them. So I always start with high priority and then move my way down, and we'll kind of get into that. But anyways, first up, high priority, not first up, but we've got finance coach finally hit. Oh, you guys can't even see my cash tray, but this is a category we get asked about this so much. I always go into full explanations of each category in my Budget With Me videos. So be sure to check those out in case you're wondering, like, what in the world does that category mean? But this is an annual subscription service that we pay for that is job specific for my husband. So it's not something that like you can benefit from. I always feel bad talking about it because it's like, it sounds like, oh, finance coach. I want a finance coach if you're only paying $60 a year for it, but it's not something like anybody can have. This is just job specific. So it's $60 annually. So 20, 40, 50, 60. And we've already been saving a little bit into next year. So we have $10 left for that. I'm so sorry if you can hear. So I've got the doors and windows open today, and my door is kind of like creaking. So I do apologize if you can hear that. Let me grab my bank return tracker so that I can write this down as I go as well. So, finance coach. $60, and there was 10 left, I think, right? Yes, 10 left. And do I know today's date? No, I do not. So we're just gonna go ahead. Oh wait, I think it's the 12th. If I'm wrong, we're all gonna have a good laugh at my expense. I'm actually filming this on Friday. I uploaded on Friday, so we'll all know if I'm wrong. Anyways, that one's done. So I'm gonna cross that off. And then we've got medical. Let me just make sure there's only one medical. Yes. So it's $160, and I'll explain to you what happened. So my daughter, I think I mentioned this before, when we went for my son's little birthday party at the trampoline park, my daughter actually broke her finger. She came to us and she's like, I think I broke my finger. She was really nonchalant about it. It was swollen, and we were sort of like, meh, whatever. She's fine. She went right back to playing after 5 minutes. And so we were like, she's okay. And then she woke up the next morning and there was bruising. And so then on Monday I made an appointment for her. She was seen on Tuesday, and they were like, yep, she has a fracture right above her growth plate of her finger. So, when we were there, I didn't even know this was a thing, but when we were at the office, she was like, do you want a waterproof cast? It's going to cost you more because insurance doesn't cover it. And I was like, 80,000% yes. Yes, I want a waterproof cast, because I don't know if I've ever even mentioned this before. My daughter is mildly on the spectrum. And as some of you with spectrum kiddos will know, she's very tactile. So, and things that bother, I don't want to say normal spectrum kids, because it's a spectrum, because they're all different and they do have similarities, but obviously there's a way to diagnose her to be on the spectrum. But things that bother other kids that I know on the spectrum are they don't like when their hands are sticky or dirty or whatever. My daughter thrives in that environment, and she just walks around my house touching stuff with dirty hands. It drives me absolutely nuts. And so I was like, this cast is going to get filthy if it's not waterproof. So I went with the waterproof option because it just makes our life so much easier. And I've got to tell you, especially too, I have something to compare it to, because my son had broken his arm when he was 3. He's 14 now. And having to wrap it in plastic and all of that, it was just such a headache. I was so pleased that the option was there for a waterproof cast. God bless it. So anyways, so we paid for that. And so the waterproof cast and our copay came out to $160. So I don't know if I have 160 in here. We'll find out. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 45, 50, 1. So I'm going to leave this one here so that I can like be a whole dollar amount off or short, so to speak. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 45, 50. So I just will stuff $10 less in the next stuffing. And that's how we handle that. So, and I'll show you. So medical, I unstuffed 150. I've got a balance of $1. And we also have, I mean, we have money in our high yield savings account in our medical category. So this is not like, oh no, we don't have enough money in medical. We do. It's just, it's in our high yield. But instead of pulling from our high yield, I will just stuff it less this next week. So next Monday is the cash stuffing 3 for the month of November. And so what I'll do is just under week 3, I make so many notes, by the way. If you guys were like wondering, do I actually use my budget planner? Yes, I do. And this is the page that gets so many notes because as money comes in and money goes out, I make sure to notate on each week's cash stuffing if I need to. Like for example, this week medical, so I need to do -10 on week 3 so that I know to only stuff at $15 instead of $25. And that is the beauty of like the flexibility of a budget. If you're like us and you do a monthly overview and you sort of map out your funding plan for the month like this, that's how I notate to stuff more or less in the following week. If I have like a return or something, then I'll know to stuff more. And then if I am shy in my envelope, I know to stuff less. So it all works out really nicely when you do it this way. Let me look. Okay, so we've got toiletries here for $11. I don't even know what I got. It was from Target. What do I usually get toiletries wise from Target? Not much, I'll be honest with you, because I'm really picky about our products. Excuse me. So I don't know what I could have gotten for $11 from toiletries. Oh wait, I do know. Actually, this is Lights Lacquer related. Lights Lacquer is the brand of nail polish that I use. And initially I was out of the top coat that I get from there. And my backup top coat is always Essie's Gel Setter, I think is what it's called. And I needed to get one because Lights Lacquer was sold out when I was looking. So I ran and grabbed that from Target and then Lights Lacquer restocked it, but you'll see that later on. Anyways, toiletries. So $11, 5, 10, and 11. And remaining in toiletries, I've got 20, 45, 50, 51, 52, 53, and 54. Okay, so I'll cross that off. Let me see what other, okay, home maintenance. $19. That was also at Target, and I don't remember what that was. Here, well, do I have, oh, I do have the 4. You know what, I'm gonna do that. So 5, 10, oh no, wait, it's 19. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I like to have the change in here. Plus it condenses the envelope down too. So remaining in home maintenance, we've got 100, 20, 40, 60, 85, 90. So 190 in home maintenance. What did I get? I really can't remember. That's not fun. That's not fun for you guys. Okay. Okay, it looks like that's going to do it for us for high priority sinking funds. So we will move into low priority sinking funds next. Ouch. Okay. By the way, if I had been using a sharp knife earlier, I probably would have needed stitches because I was trying to cut a lime that was like slightly past its prime. And so it, like the outer shell what do you call that? Peel. Good grief. The peel of a lime gets like really hard. And so I was trying to cut it and I was using a really dull knife and I just like hacked right into my thumb. But thank God, or finger, middle finger here. Thank God it was dull because it did almost nothing. So anyways, in case you noticed it. Okay, let's see. Hers, we'll go into hers first. Oh, so I made 2 light slacker purchases this week. One, I was replenishing when I saw that she restocked her top coat, the gel top coat that I get from her. And also she had a really pretty color on there. And then they released their new winter collection. What was I going to say? Yeah, they released their new winter collection and they have a really beautiful navy color in there. She has a couple different like navy or navy adjacent colors in her like repertoire. Is that what I'm looking for? In her polish collection available on her website. But this one was like a really true, almost black navy and I loved it. It's called Winter is Coming. So yeah, I picked that one up and some other colors I'd been eyeballing after that. But anyways, let me just go into hers first. There we go. Okay, so this was what, 35. Oh, do you know what? Let me just, no. My math is not mathing here. So 20, 40, 50. So I need 15 back. There we go. I knew that I was going to make sense of that. So all right. So hers, I got out 10. And there's nothing left in there. And then I pulled out 25 and there's 15 left from there. Okay. I made sense of that. It took a minute, but we made it happen. Okay. So I'm going to cross that purchase off. And then what else do we have in low priority sinking funds? Not gifts. We've got some business things to go over as well. Equipment. Okay, looks like we've just got, oh, family fun. Let me grab $9 from there. This was actually the day that my daughter got her cast. I went and got her Chick-fil-A and we decided to just pull it from family fun because I had a bunch of like points and stuff to use. So it was only $9 that I actually paid out of pocket. And so we just decided to pull that from family fun instead of dine out. So remaining in family fun, we've got 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, and 65. All right. All right, so now we've just got holiday sinking funds and business sinking funds left. Ooh, come on. There we go. All right, holiday sinking fund. So Partey is up first. I'm gonna grab 163 out of there. We took my son and 2 of his friends, and obviously our daughter, to this like trampoline parky place called Urban Air. And this was what it cost for his 2 friends to go, because we actually had 2 free tickets for our kids. And so this was the cost for my son to bring his 2 friends and then for us to order pizza and like drinks for all of them. So not bad. So let me see. I have a lot of ones in here. How many ones do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's like so many ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. So I need 150 to make this 163. Let me just double check that. I just want to get rid of some of these ones. 150, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, and 163. Oops. All right, and that leaves us with 20, 30, 40, 55, 56, 57, 58, and 59. Oh, no, 163. Oh, no, that was right. The balance. Oh, no. Oh my gosh, I'm just messing up. I have 59 left and I pulled 163. I didn't do that in the, I didn't do that in the other ones, just on that one. Okay, let me cross that off. And then let's pop into, oh, gifts. Gifts, what did I get in gifts? You guys, I'm struggling to remember this Target trip, but I'm pulling 20. So remaining in gifts, I've got 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 25, 26, 27, and 28. So 128 in gifts. I'm sorry if you can hear the squeaky wheels. 128, I pulled out 20. Oh wait, I didn't even write down the category. You guys are probably screaming at me. What was that for? Partay. All right. All right, well, that's gonna do it. What did I get in gifts? It must have been something. Oh, no, I was thinking it would be one thing. Oh, I know what it was. I remember. So when my son was 3 and he broke his arm, we like took him to Target and like let him pick out a little toy or whatever. And so we did the same thing for my daughter when she got her cast. That's what that was. I knew I was gonna remember. Okay. So now that that is done, we just have Christmas and I'm grabbing $8 out. I think I just grabbed some like cute little stocking stuffers. Oh, I'm so sorry about that noise. All right. So I'm gonna get 12 back. All right, so remaining in Christmas, we've got 50, 65, 66, and 67. And I returned 8. If I ever see anything that I think is like a cute stocking stuffer idea while I'm out, I just grab it because I don't want to have to try to remember that kind of stuff later on. Like instead of being like, oh, I'll come back and get it another time. I never do that because I know I'll forget. And if I see a cute idea, I love to snap it up really quickly. And so that's what I did. Okay, so last up, we've got our business sinking funds. And I'm just gonna pop in really quickly to equipment. I need $18 from equipment. All right, so pull back 2. So remaining in equipment, I've got 100, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 109. And I returned 18 to equipment. And then last up, I have to return 62. This was, every now and then I do this, like where, because I use nail polish, because I specifically do a manicure for my channel, I will sometimes fund a nail polish purchase from my business funds. And that's just what I decided to do this time. I did buy a little bit more than I had intended to, but it will serve me for quite some time. So I was fine to do it. And so let me just go ahead and return that. So it was 62. And remaining in that, I have 20, 35, 36, and 37. Oops. All right, so now that that is done, let me just count up, or add up rather, really quickly what I'm going to need, or I'm sorry, what the amount here says that I should have sitting over here. So I'll zoom you guys through me adding this up, and then I'll give this a count. Okay, I should have $555 over here. So I will give this a count. So 1, 50, 70, 90, 210, 30, 50, 70, 90, 310, 30, 50, 70, 90, 410, 30, 50, 70, 80, 90, 500, 10, 15, 25, 35, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, and 555. All right, so ordinarily, this is where I end this video, but what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show you how I repurpose this cash for the next week's cash stuffing. So I'm just gonna put this all off to the side here, and I'll show you what I have to do first. So I'm gonna put the bank, return tracker back to where it goes. And then I'm gonna go over to my, okay, so this is my monthly funding plan. You actually saw this earlier when I was making a note in medical that I have to stuff at 10 less. So I will go to my next available, oh wait. Oh, I made a boo-boo. It's fine. I'm gonna go to my next available paycheck. No, I lied to you. Once again, I lied to you. I'm going to my next available cash breakdown sheet. That's what this is right here. And so I'm just gonna pull this out because it makes it a little bit easier to go through this process. So all I'm doing, I'm gonna zoom you guys through this because it can be pretty time consuming. I'm just going down and writing down all of the categories over here that I'm gonna be cash stuffing for this week. So I will zoom you through that. And then I'm trying to think about the best way to do this. Yeah, I'm gonna zoom you guys through that, and then, we'll come back and I'll tell you what I do. All right, now that I've gotten that done, I'll show you what I do. So I use my cash breakdown page to figure out what denominations that I'm gonna need for the next cash stuffing. So I'll actually probably, well, I don't know, I might not zoom you guys through this. But I always do it. What I typically do is the first cash stuffing of every month gets the biggest and broadest breakdown of denominations available. So groceries always does because I go to 4 different grocery stores in order to try to maximize how much I'm getting for my dollar. But household and toiletries, since this is the third cash stuffing, they're just gonna get like a 20 and a 5 each. Groceries, I break it down a little bit further, like I said, because I go to 4 different stores. And then it's pretty self-explanatory which denominations that I am gonna use for each of these. So I will zoom you guys through this, and then when I come back, I'll kind of show you what I do after this. Okay, so now that I'm done that, then I just add up how many of each denomination I have. So I'm gonna have 3 $100 bills, so it's 300. 1, 2, 3, 4 50s. It's 200, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 20s, so that's 200. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 10s. That's 180. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 5s. Oh, wait. 75. I had to math really quickly. We all know I can't do that. 2, 6, 7. So I'm gonna have to repurpose some of the ones in here. Okay, so here we go. So that's 500, 700, 880, 880 plus 75 plus 7. So 962. And because I do so many different checks and balances, I don't ever just rely on adding all of this up. I will now go through here and add all of this up so that I make sure that the numbers match. So I'll zoom you guys through that too. All right, 962. All right, so what I do from here, all right, let me see how many ones I have because I only need 7 of them. So then I'm going to have to make change. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 9 and 10. All right, so now I have to get maybe 2 5s out of here. I could use some 5s. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just gonna pop into whatever, let's do eat dessert first. Do I have a 5 in here? I do. So I'm gonna trade that for 1 5. I don't like to do it all in one envelope because then I feel like I'm making those envelopes too bulky. Do I have oh, I know I have 5s in pull, and pull doesn't really like matter in terms of, it's not important that it's svelte right now. All right. So that's how I just do that. If I have too many of one denomination, I'll just make change or, you know, trade them out in my envelopes. So now that I don't have too many ones, at least, I may have too many 20s, but we'll figure that out. This is just how the process looks. So I grab my little teller slip. Actually, let me make sure first so that I don't have too many 20s because I need to make that change. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I do have too many 20s. 60, 80, 120. Okay, so let's see what we can do. Let me pop into high priority and see if I can trade in some 10s for some 20s. No. Oh, well. Oh, no, because I don't need any more 1s. Oh, let's look at car expenses. Seriously? All right. Well, no. So 20, 40, 60, 20, 40, 60. I could just do this, which would leave me with more cash than I need, or with it uncondenses it, but I don't really mind doing that. All right, so that's that down. So how many 20s do I have left over here? I have 3. Let's look at home maintenance. No. Oh, here we go. 10, 15, 20. So that one I was able to condense. See, sometimes it just all works out. Toiletries. I don't usually like to condense these down, but you know, desperate times and all. Oh, let me check taxes. No. Did I already look in taxes and you guys are like, beta. All right, let's check low priority then. Oh. Oh my goodness, we've got a real like 10s and 5 shortage around here. Dates. Oh, okay, good. There we go. Now we've got 120 left to make change with. Oh, Mr. Sim, yes. I was gonna say, I knew he might. There we go. All right. I know this looks really convoluted, but some of you will understand if you've had to like make change from your own envelopes before. All right, now I'm gonna just grab this cash and organize it by denomination really quickly so that I can make sure that I'm not like miscounting or anything. All right, 5s. All right, so now this is how this works. So obviously I'm not going to need to pull $962 from the bank because I have $555 sitting here. So I just subtract what I'm going to pull out from what I already have. So I already have 100. So I'm going to need 2 because I needed 3 total. So that's $200. I needed 4 50s. I have 2, so I need to get 2. So that's 100. I needed 10 20s, but I have all 10. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. So I just draw a line through there. I don't need any 20s. For 10s, I need 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need to get 8 from the bank, and that's $80. 5s, I need 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I will need to get 5 from the bank. And that's 25. Lastly, 1s, I need 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to only just get 2. And so now I will just add this up. 200 plus 100 plus 80 plus 25 plus 2 is $407 plus the $555 that we started with. And that is the 962. And so that's how I like always cross-check my math and make sure that I'm not messing anything up, or, you know, I didn't pull out too much or too little or whatever. And that's how I repurpose the cash every week. And so I just pull out less whatever I unstuff, and it all works out. I hope it wasn't too confusing, but please don't hesitate to ask me any questions. I want to be a resource and a help, not a hindrance or a hurt. No, that wasn't really good English, but it's me. Anyways, that's it. That's how we do our weekly check-ins, and that's going to do it for me for today's video, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, I would love it so much if you would give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. I would love to know what you're getting up to this weekend. Are you guys starting to move into Friendsgiving season, or, I mean, whatever? A lot of people, you know, still have a lot of family close by, and so a Friendsgiving isn't really even an option because you just have so much family that you have to see around the holidays. So I would love to hear what you're up to, but otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I will be back here with you guys again on Monday with the third cash stuffing of November that you just saw us prepare for. But yeah, you guys have a wonderful Friday night, a lovely weekend, and I will see you on Monday. All right. Bye, everyone.